Okay. Call host a server. Change the name. Call host a server. Change the name. I'm gonna mute that video. Getting that feedback is kind of annoying. Okay. And make that public. And then do, yeah. Full version of Distance is scheduled for sometime this year, I believe. That may just be kind of hearsay. Stuttering and losing half of the frames. I'll be doing streams tomorrow. Nice. I always thought of the refraction or some of it has to do with the fact that the environment that it usually races through is kind of a lighter value. But I like the silencers eventually. Racing technology becomes incorporated. Okay, hang on, let me mess with the volume because it's probably going to be annoying. Alright, let's go down to up there. How's that? Is that better as far as volume is concerned? Or is it just like voice volume that's too loud? Oops. Oh yeah. I set the friction in this level to practically zero, so when it came out, it was very difficult to play in the air unless you were getting really good frame rate and also had a controller, because with the keyboard it was impossible to control the car. Getting a pretty good frame rate on the video. Quality isn't super impressive, but that looks like it's at least 480p, and latency is pretty good. Nice. Oh. There we go. Put on some music. Turn on the in-game music. Oh, great. And there we go. Oh, no, sleeping. Alright, I'll just get back on the track. Oh, jeez. Okay. There we go. If you guys want, since I'm on stream right now, as soon as I finish this level, I can show you what I've got so far for the Warped Realm. I've been kind of putting it off and working on other projects in the meantime. Some music. Wow, apparently that was still enough speed to kill me. Do half speed that. Half volume. Hopefully that's wide enough that you can still hear me. Forgetting to do is I have to go back through the actual individual realm levels. Actually, I think somebody made a Blizzard realm a while back. And a Monument realm, though I don't know. I'm not really satisfied with the way the Monument realm is done. The Blizzard realm is pretty good. Yeah, that's right. If you have any problems connecting, just let me know. I need to mess with my router setting. Just got everything set up again. Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe that was a little bit loud. Let's do 20%. Perfect. Still audible, not too loud. Okay. Alright. Should I stay on the server? You guys want to see some map projects? That sound is coming through all right. Maybe turn up the gain on the microphone. Levels are good. Okay, well, I mean, it should be fine. All right. Here's what I got cooking so far. Oh, whoa, what the? Alright, what was I gonna do? Warp. WW warp. Realm. RR. No, a little bit further. Ah, there it is. Alright, so, I'd say problem with the main menu screen would probably be quickly resolved if you verified the contents of your distance game. Sounds almost like a bug with the game, although I can't be sure. And then if that doesn't work, I guess let me think here. Yeah, if that doesn't work, just like reinstall the game. Could be a couple of different things. It might be an issue with like dependencies. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of like tossing ideas around for the Warped Realm. Like my main goal is to make it as disorienting as possible. Teleporters everywhere. Take you to different locations. The map's textures kind of scroll. The gravity changes. You run into unconventional. I mean, like I don't know if I really like what I have right now, to be honest. I like kind of the effects, but the aesthetic I feel like could use a little bit of work. No, I'm at least not right now. I'm just focusing on like working on the lava realm for ignition, and also working on a couple of other distance projects, personal projects of mine that don't have anything to do with realms. But eventually, once I'm finished with the lava realm, this is going to be going in ignition. I just have to kind of like figure out just exactly what I want to do here. Ideally, I'd want to implement some kind of functionality that. And then there's of course, a little section with no gravity. There's no visible markers. Maybe that's what I should do. Have like small particles that give kind of an indication of which way gravity is. But yeah, this track is just kind of odd. Odd and interesting. Oh, this part I'm actually pretty proud of. Part of the track is dipped in kind of like this chrome-like substance. So when you have to go through it, instead of it like melting or anything, it just gets knocked away. And then of course the really disorienting kind of maze-like part comes when you have to enter the miasma, this like quagmire of shifting matter. Though I don't like how it's so clean. Maybe if I could do something to trace it with particles to give it a kind of more substance, kind of make it seem like more substantial at the same time. As far as making other legs of the world race, not super high on my priority list right now. I'm just trying to figure this stuff out first. And once I've got all this done, I mean, just whatever I feel like working on after that. Eventually, though, yeah, it would be nice to kind of sit down and get some world race-esque tracks, because that was that's some pretty good material. Nice wide tracks, maybe raise the speed ceiling so you can get going probably 300 miles an hour for the majority of it, like just trucking it, just really dragging ass down the whole track. And cool. It was wide enough. Some like crazy loops and transfers. And, you just give the car a lot of room so I can just find the best line and just be a nice, smooth ride the whole way. I got some ideas, but right now, kind of just clogged with other stuff. Any free time I have is going to working on a mission, some other personal projects that I'm doing right now. I'm trying to learn how to model to get some car models down for personal satisfaction mostly. And then of course there's a false ending at the at this juncture, a big portal that sends you back a little ways. Oh, I know what I need to do. More moving spheres. Spheres kind of give this disorienting feeling of you're not sure if you're progressing or which direction you're moving. It's just the idea. I know what I'll do. I'll just replace the triangles with big chrome spheres, which are fully reflective, and then have the texture move. It also needs reflection. The reflection doesn't move, it's just distorted. There's a couple of different games I heard about. One is made by, I'm not sure the name, I thought it started with an R. And the other is also made by a guy whose name started with the R, but one's being made in Unity while the other I think is being made in another engine. And here's a funny thing, right at the end, portal takes you back to the beginning. That thing was hiding the entire time. But yeah, this is really just a beta trick. I'm just trying to test out some concepts just to see what I like and what I don't as far as aesthetics. Track work definitely needs work. Right now it just feels kind of random and not really enjoyable. I feel like the appearance is a little bit harsh too, so I probably want to find the color palette. Alright. Let's move on to another project. Gonna be at the screen for a while. This map usually takes a while to load. About car models in this game, I heard that that functionality was possibly going to be added for the game. But okay, well, I think Distance has some dependencies that you need to install. One of them, I think, was Visual C++. I forget what the other ones are. So the custom model support was for an API for Distance called Spectrum, which is being developed by the community to add in functionality that doesn't come standard. Oh, it's taking a little while. Yes, I'll just have to wait. Dum, 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 dum. For anybody wondering, the stream hasn't frozen. My map's just taking a while to load. There it goes. Nice. Yeah, no, distance when it's finished, I believe, is only coming to PS4. Although that may change in the future. Don't quote me on that. But all right, let's see what is on my to-do list. Gotta add in the dragster hyperpod, although I think I'm gonna keep that now. Okay, that don't need this. Does not need an animator any longer. Okay. What I'm concerned about is how Refract is going to handle the harpoon. I think would be good for cliffside. So second series that I do, I'd have to figure it out when when we get that track made or remade, I guess. All right. So how am I gonna do this? Perfect. Ah, that is bright. What is that? Oh, that's the fog. Oh, okay. That's one way to do it. Biodome. It's pretty smart, actually. Don't have to mess with particles. Okay, let's drag this down. What's a good way to have it switch back? You know what? Yeah. Why stick with a boxy corridor when I have so many other options? Okay, editor, let's get some splines going. This isn't a realm, this is the ignition map. It was released a while ago, I think December of last year, around the very, very end of last year. It was designed as like a roleplay map, so you'd have the Accelodrome here, an overworld, and then lost my train of thought. Oh, right. And then you could trigger and enter realms based off of these devices here. You enter the bubble, and then wheel starts spinning. The countdown for 17 seconds is how long it takes the wheel to open a realm. So that countdown starts, and then you just wait. The cool thing is I figured out a way to reverse the trigger so you can play multiple realms in one sitting without having to use like a duplicate wheel of power or anything. The way I did it is I've got more than one portal entity, and they just kind of sit below there. Adding runes to the wheel is, in my opinion, not something that is really, I guess convenient would be the word. I'd have to place the individual runes, and then of course, even then, they'd just be for decoration. You wouldn't be able to get them to light up unless you messed with the rotation of like the wheel per realm. So that seems like something that would be a goal for an actual game instead of just a community map recreation. So I think, in my opinion, at least, for all intents and purposes, this looks good enough. But as soon as the trigger is released, the wheel starts spinning backwards. The portals themselves are actually on a timer, so they just stay open for, I think, 10 minutes is what I have them at right now. And then as soon as portal disappears, then the realm starts moving. And that is that. Okay, so do I want to add like a secret exit? Now there's not really any ground space to allow for it. I'll worry about that later. Oh, what is that? Oh, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'll just delete that and then bring that down a little bit. Cover it. That work? Yes, excellent. Any breaks here? That looks good. Yeah, ideally, like a separate game would be where we can kind of add in all the functionality that we haven't really been able to do in this one. No, it's not far enough. Vulture on the cliffside, maybe. You know what? That's not a bad idea to start kind of like some crazy NPC programming and take a few liberties where the show really kind of left like us to our imagination. Because going strictly off the show, while I mean it's cool and nostalgic at first, it just leaves you with what you already know about. It's kind of boring. So Okay. Perfect. All right. I mean, like, I feel like we could take inspiration from some of the cards, but only to the degree where it's where it be like advantageous for the design of the level. I don't like that. Let's just do straight down. Nice. Bring back up is going to be a little bit difficult. Actually, no, it should be fine. And there's going to be this giant freaking... I'll just add a teleporter at the bottom. And then turn that all the way around. Where did I put the entrance? Put it, right here. No, that won't work. I have to move it in a different direction. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. It's a little bit close, though. Alright. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Maybe... That seems like it's going to probably be a little bit tricky to drive through. Yeah, why not? Whoa, a little bit too far. Okay. Okay. That is that. And now I just have to add a couple of things here. And listener. All right. Start zone. All right, so right now what I'm doing is I'm adding in the functionality that would allow the start zone like respawn point to be moved from the accelerodrome to the silencer's headquarters, so that if you drive down here and you decide you want to do realms from this point, then portals and the portal endings and all that stuff will take you back here instead of to the accelerodrome. First step in that is exit. Make sure that's silencers. Let's freeze the drone and intro. Okay. Yeah, it's on my to-do list. I've got one that I kind of repurposed from another player who had one. That's the one that you saw in the warp realm just now, but I mean, I guess I could put it in, but it's not quite finished yet. It's kind of in the same state the silencers headquarters is in. No. Yes. Okay, now I get what's first? Teleporter animation or checkpoint animation. Oh, actually, that may be in default. Okay. Yeah, that's on my to-do list, but I'm probably not going to be able to get to that for a while. Definitely when I get to the fourth iteration, after I finish Speed of Silence and then Breaking Point, Ultimate Race is going to have as big of a drone's HQ as we can fit into the map without the game crashing. Okay, now to figure out a way for this to move down here. That should work. Yeah, I still have a lot to fill in the interior of the silencer space. Right now I've just got the realm triggers, no furniture, no tracks, no cars, not really anything interesting at all. But let's see here. Listener. Not quite sure what you mean. Okay, let's see. And then we want another one. At least want this to be reversible. And I have to get the actual realm symbols. So we spawns you back and you're done. All right. All right, let's test it out. I guess I could. It would just be really time consuming for that small of a detail. I mean, there's some things that I feel like it would be a bad investment of time. Oh yeah. I'm still trying to get the I superpod working here. And I'm currently in the process of remodeling it. The way the fog turned out here. You can never get it quite right on the original swamp realm that I've published. It's nice that it actually works. Perfect. Okay, now cast. Did the checkpoint system work? Tunnel on that. A bit weird. Well, at least it works. Well, the placement's be adjusted. Alright. Yeah, whenever I get a chance, whenever I'm working on distance levels, I feel like I might as well stream it. Now that I have the ability. What was stopping me in the past is that I didn't have the bandwidth on my internet to actually make a workable stream. And my game crashed. Yay. Alright. Try that one more time. Alright, now we're going to give that a little while to load. I'm going to move up the checkpoint. And then to figure out some way to move it in between. Looks like somebody's waking up, so I am going to have to go. It was fun streaming with you guys. I may be on later today, but until then, I bid you adieu.